What's up, Oskie fans? Welcome back to The Oskie Show. So we have a lot of things to go over today. We have NCAA, we have NBA, we have NFL, and we got a little bit of MLB since it is All-Star Weekend / beginning of the week. But, you know, we'll dive into that a little bit more as we go along. So, the first thing that we want to do is actually start incorporating not just our picks, what do we, different ideas or opinions about why this player should stay or go, but we also want to be able to open up a few NBA packs that we got, just something to change it up a little bit. That's something that we like to collect here. NBA cards, NFL cards, baseball cards, whatever we can get our hands on. My son, he loves Pokemon, so big shout out to him. But that'll probably be later on, so stay tuned for that. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna get into is a little bit of the NBA. Now, the NBA has almost been at a standstill when it comes to Kyrie, Kevin Durant. Where are they gonna go? We know where they want to go, but are they really gonna go? I kind of doubt it. We're gonna dive in a little bit. Kyrie really wants to go to the LA Lakers, but are they gonna really be able to trade Russ straight up for Kyrie to reunite him back with Kevin Durant? I don't personally think that would happen because Kevin Durant first left him in Oklahoma City, won 2 championships, and then dipped out on the Golden State Warriors. Why? I don't know. And I mean, why leave the Golden State Warriors? But that's a whole other thing as well. But getting back to Russell Westbrook, Russ is just a guy that he was sporadic. He averaged triple doubles for multiple years. But where did it get him? Nowhere. He's bounced around. He's very inconsistent. Last year, I'm sure it was tough on that guy. And do I feel a little bit for him? Do we here in the Oskie Show feel a little bit for Russell Westbrook? This much. Because all you have to do is play better. And you walking in there saying that there was no expectations when you were going to where they have won so many championships, the LA Lakers, before Kobe, during Kobe, and even one after Kobe. The same year, he tragically passed away. R.I.P. And you have the audacity to just say, hey, there's no real expectations here, as if winning a world championship doesn't matter to the people that live in LA. I've got family in that area, and all they care about, as sick as it is to me, is the Dallas Cowboys and the LA Lakers. That's it. That's all they love over there. So that was already a bad deal for him. But hey, now you had to go out there and play. And he played horribly. He almost led the league in turnovers. If it wasn't for Trae Young playing a few more games than him, then he would have claimed that. And then he was the worst three-point shooter out there. So you think Kevin Durant wants to go back and actually play with that guy? I don't think so. No way. So Kyrie wants to go to the Lakers. I don't know if that's gonna really happen. He might have to end up playing his last year in Brooklyn, and then he can go free and clear. Now, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is... That's a tough one because he wanted to go to the Phoenix Suns, who ended up having a match, an offer sheet by the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers for $133 million for 4 years. So now, by them doing that, DeAndre Ayton cannot be traded until the January the 15th. So instead of doing a sign and trade to see what you could do to get Kevin Durant, because you already couldn't trade Devin Booker because he signed an extension, so that holds him for a whole year. You fumble this. That's where he wanted to go. That's where a lot of veterans like to go because they prolong their health. Look at Steve Nash. That era with Raja Bell and Leandro Barbosa, all them guys. And then he wanted to go to our Miami Heat. Now, do we really have the pieces to pull that off? I will put nothing past the Godfather, Pat Riley. Only if Kyle Lowry shed a few pounds and actually was somewhat productive this year, especially in the playoffs, then we might have a little bit of equity with him. And then don't even get me started on Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero didn't play as well as he could have. 6th man of the year. And he cheesed up in the playoffs. Duncan Robinson, who he had just signed the previous year, didn't even see the floor. Barely. He almost had the same amount of minutes as me and my son combined, and we're just fans. So what does that tell you? For a guy that was undrafted. So what type of package will we be able to do? I know we're somewhat limited on our picks, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens because we can't trade Bam Adebayo. Wouldn't make sense. Butler isn't going anywhere, which is, he's been a godsend since our favorite player, Dwayne Wade, you know, went off into the sunset and ended up in Utah, which that was still crazy to even think about it. But hey, it happened. That's the reality of where we're at right now. Now, will Pat Riley be able to pull something out of his hat? I hope so. I pray that he will. You know, Kevin Durant's our Longhorn. We are here in Texas. So let's see what happens. All right? Now, other NBA news. We got Bradley Beal signing 5 years, $251 million to the Wizards. With the Wizards, who he has been playing with since he's arrived in the NBA. So the guy definitely, I don't want to disrespect the man and say he doesn't care about winning, but I mean, there's a lot of other people that just are crucifying him, saying that he doesn't want a championship, doesn't care about a championship. All he cares about is his money. He's made plenty already. Why would he try to have that extra year? Because the only other team that would have been able to get his services is if he opted out and only signed a 4-year deal. But hey, I get it. Maybe he's thinking that, you know, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and sign my deal. Look at what Ben Simmons did after a year, and then sit out, force a trade. But I just don't see that. Bradley Beal is one of the most loyal guys that we've seen in the NBA since, I would almost say, Allen Iverson. And he was one of my favorite players growing up. But I mean, AI actually got his team to an NBA Finals, who then ran into Shaq and Kobe. So, but he also won 1 game against Shaq and Kobe. 1. So, I don't know. Bradley Beal, I like him as a player, but damn. mean, is that how you really want your legacy to go? I mean, it's almost like following Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, all he had to do was sacrifice that extra year, not sign that deal that he did. He would have been up on free agency. He would have joined LeBron, my boy D-Wade, in Miami instead of Chris Bosh. Would have had many rings, but yet you wanted the money versus the championships. You could have parlayed all those championships, especially in Miami at that time, into way more money. And now look, he's ring chasing over there with LeBron, hoping to play with his son in the next 2 years, just like LeBron. And I like Carmelo, but damn, man, like don't you think that you could have just delayed gratification? I mean, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you guys. It's not like y'all don't make a ton of money. But just don't complain whenever people don't put you in that upper echelon of NBA greats because you didn't win a championship. But did you do everything you could to win a championship? Did you? Really ask yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Us as just average fans, we got to do that every day. At the end of the day, we're all people, so, you know, don't get mad at us just from what our opinions are. You had the opportunity to do a lot of great things, and you did do a lot of great things, but championships weren't one of them. Bradley Beal, I still hope that, I was kind of hoping we would have got you in Miami. Him and Butler would have been a crazy combo, but who knows? That deal could come down the line. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So next, Zion, he went ahead and signed his extension at $193 million. That team is looking scary. The New Orleans Pelicans, man, with CJ McCollum, Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram, them boys were playing. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see Zion. I loved him at Duke. It looked like from what his workout regimen is, that he's actually sticking to his dietary needs for his own body, and he's looking slim but still, you know, yoked up. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If he can do that, he almost reminds me of Zebo. Zebo couldn't jump, a couple inches, but you know what? He knew how to work that paint. He was strategic. He was one of my favorite players as well growing up because he was just so underrated, but he was so great. He did all the little things. And like just body size, I think like them guys are just like that, like almost alike. But now he's actually cutting down weight. Hopefully he's a little bit more disciplined in that area, and I think Zion's gonna be a great player, barring any injuries, heaven forbid. So another guy, Damian Lillard, 2-year extension, $122 million. He's another guy, loyal, but is it to a fault? Is he gonna be able to do all the things that every NBA player, I believe, does not want to go to the NBA just to play and not get a championship? If that's the case, then your competitiveness is not there. And you need that competitiveness to be great, and he is great. I know he wanted Kevin Durant to go over there. I saw a Photoshop of him and KD, but KD's not going up there. He was already up there, Seattle. First few years of his career before they moved to Oklahoma City. So, you know, Damian might be another one who, you know, yeah, he's loyal, but damn, is he ever gonna win a championship? I don't know. The West is stacked, but you never know. Injuries. But nobody wants to win a championship when against that Western Conference because of injuries. It diminishes. There's an asterisk around that championship. All of you boys got the bag. Y'all, you know, I wish y'all well, great health this next season. I'm excited to see y'all play anyways. So, you know, James Harden has been the subject ever since he got traded from the Nets. Going to the 76ers, playing with Joel Embiid, putting up points the first few games, and then he tanks in the playoffs. Just like Ben Simmons, or maybe even worse. And that is another guy. Everybody's on him. Everybody. Is he gonna show up? Will he ever show up in the playoffs? He's never shown up in the playoffs. Is it him not being disciplined with his diet? It seems like there's so many examples of star athletes that have millions upon millions, has personal chefs, has the money for all the food that some people can't get because they don't make enough, or, you know, but they still go out there, work their ass off, and then, you know, for what? Don't make excuses, but yet the guys who are making millions have a full page ad of excuses of why they couldn't do this, why they didn't do that, whatever. When, dude, all you have to do is stay disciplined to your diet. Have the guy prep your meals and just stick to it. If you want to have, you know, splurge a little bit on, you know, a couple sweets here and there and another, and, you know, rarely, then great. But like, damn, like, I saw you play in Houston. You started to, you know, gain weight, not really disciplined, always out, you know, going to strip clubs, going to the club, you're going wherever, instead of being disciplined and being there for your team when they really needed you. Now, with all that being said, maybe he had an epiphany, because what I read just a little while ago is that Harden was okay with taking less. He opted out. He spoke with management. They knew that they had to add team depth. And boy, did they. PJ Tucker, my boy. Yes, he was only with us for 1 year. But golly. If I'm not mistaken, it was 3 years, $33 million. That dude, another Longhorn. Put him up, baby. Added him. Added Daniel House from the Knicks. DeAnthony Melton from the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, little by little, them guys are just starting to piece things together. So they're gonna be tough next year. Pains me to say it, but you know what, James, you're going in the right direction, and I want to see you do well. But damn, I just hate that you're on a different team that we have to go through. But you know what? Just like my Heat, you know, we're not scared. We're gonna go. Joel Embiid is a beast, one of the best big man in the game. Should have won MVP this year. Guess we'll see y'all boys in the season and in the playoffs. That's what we got for the NBA right now. You know, I'm still gonna bring up the NCAA football. Longhorns, Arch Manning coming to UT. Cannot wait. The Oskie Show will be at the Alabama and UT game this year. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share. We're gonna have a lot of behind the scenes whenever we go to that game. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So Y'all just stay tuned for that. All right, so, you know, I had to put that in there real quick. Now, on to the NFL. NFL, we got some news. Baker finally gets traded to the Carolina Panthers, where we all kind of figured that he would. And a lot of people have been debating, does he deserve it? Is he that good? Was he just that hurt last year? You know, oh, well, why did you go onto the field if you were hurt? Or why is it that, you know, you're complaining about this, complaining about that? You know, you're being immature. You're being a kid. You're doing... Y'all knew what y'all were getting when you drafted Baker. I loved his tenacity, his competitive fervor. But I hated when he played UT. Him and CeeDee Lamb carved us up. But you know what? Like, you knew what you were getting with him. It wasn't a secret. He wore his emotions on his sleeve. And he was winning. He was actually throwing good passes for the most part. How does he break the rookie touchdown record with not even playing all the games in that season? So look, I'm not his biggest supporter, but you know what? Does he deserve one more shot with another team? Sure, why not? Michael Vick did, and I love Michael Vick. He came to my team, made great plays. That was a redemption story. So why can't he have one? Yeah, everybody has their opinions. Everybody can pile on when it's easy to pile on. But why is that? Why can't we just see what's gonna happen? And if he falls flat in his face, and all you guys can say, "Hey, Andres, I told you so," or tell everybody that. But Carolina, is that a good enough team? I don't know. Is he gonna have McCaffrey fully healthy? Possibly. Their defense is actually pretty good. But at the end of the day, is he healthy? Is Baker Mayfield healthy? That's a big question. And then it was funny that Robbie Anderson was quoted just months back saying, you know, well, do you think like Baker Mayfield would end up getting traded, or that's what they're hearing? And he's like, no. And then now, you know, I saw an interview with him, and he's like, hey, at the time I was backing up my quarterback, who was Darnold. And I respect that, you know, like, yeah, he may not really care for Baker. But you know what? I think them guys are gonna come together. They're gonna battle it out for the 1 and 2 spots, and may the best man win. It's an open competition. I think that if he can get caught up on the offensive playbook, which, I mean, he had 4 different offensive coordinators whenever he was in Cleveland every year. So, I mean, and that's just going to one playbook, to another, to another, to another. That's a lot. Just to play quarterback, you got to know where the receivers are going to go, what the checkdowns are, linemen, running back, which way are we going, everything. What down is it? What's the time? What time clock? Everything. All on your shoulders, which for him last year was injured. Surgically repaired. So now we're going to see, is he going to be the guy? Can he be resurrected in the Panthers organization? We're going to have to see. What do you guys think? Now, on to, our Eagles. I saw that they were comparing the first 2 seasons of Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. So get this. The first 2 seasons, completion percentage, Jalen Hurts has 59.1. Josh Allen only had 56.7. Passing yards per attempt, 7.2 for Hurts, 6.6 for Allen. Passing yards per game, Jalen Hurts, 213.8 passing yards per game. Josh Allen was only at 188.5. Passing touchdown to interceptions. Josh Allen, 30 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Passer rating, Jalen Hurts, 84.8. Josh Allen, 78.6. Now, I know you guys are gonna kill me. Down below, let me know. Am I just reaching here? I know y'all know we're Eagles fans around here. We're Eagles fans, Longhorn fans, Miami Heat fans, Yankees fans. And if you want to throw some hockey in there, we love the Pittsburgh Penguins, all right? Sid the Kid. So, but, do y'all think I'm just reaching? I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. I don't think anybody would agree with that. No one would ever mistake that. Josh Allen has progressed leaps and bounds to what he is now. Going to the AFC Championship game. Nearly making it to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of things that he has done. He is such a great player already, and he's so young. Now, all I want to ask is, do we think Jalen Hurts is a guy in Philadelphia? Now, a lot of people are saying just by what Philly did in the offseason, getting him a really good receiver, the draft, defensive players, quite a few linemen. There is so much that they've done to stand behind Jalen Hurts. And maybe that was because they had to, because they traded away Carson Wentz, which was Howie Roseman, great deal. Turned into a first-round pick. And then, we just have so many first-round picks this year. Swapped a few things out. Got more for next year. So just in case, they positioned us to potentially get a really good quarterback next season. Just in case Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out. Now, do I think that Jalen Hurts is gonna do well this season? He better. And I sure hope so, because if not, those Philly fans are gonna be all over him. All over him, because there's no more excuses for Jalen Hurts. We have a really good defense. We revamped it. Got some really good defensive linemen. Another linebacker from Georgia and defensive tackle from Georgia. Great offensive weapons. We're getting back our running backs. Boobie Miles is going to be coming back, hopefully 100% healthy. Scott, another running back, coming back. Re-signed him. Fletcher Cox is on his way out. But we got him for one more year. Let's see what we're going to do here. All the pieces are around you. What are you going to do, Jalen Hurts? What are you going to do? You're on my team, so I believe in you. Just don't let us down. Because if you do all that we do down here in Texas is hear those nauseous Dallas Cowboy fans. And most of my family are Cowboy fans. Delusional as hell, but there's a few objective ones. So shout out to some of my cuz. They know who they are, but yeah, they don't get no shout outs on here. Not if you're a Cowboys fan. So yeah, that we're gonna be making our picks later on. Who's gonna be representing NFC? Who's going to the Super Bowl? All that around training camp, y'all see that coming out. But let's get it, Jalen. Let's get it. This is your year. They put everything. They put all the chips into the middle of the table. Let's go get us this championship. Let us go get this division first, then championship. And let's get another one. Because one way or another, we're going back. We will be going to that second Super Bowl parade in Philly. All right. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I thought that was a cool little statistic just to, kind of throw out there. Now, this right here is going to be for all you MLB lovers. Today is a home run derby, and MLB draft was yesterday. All-Star game is tomorrow. But in all honesty, who the hell even knew it was on? If you don't have the ESPN app or some sort of sports app, how do you know that the MLB is even on? I had a conversation with one of my good buddies, and he loves MLB. He loves it. I love my Yankees. I love Dodgers. I love following these great players, what all they can be, what all they can do. It's fascinating at times. But has the MLB under marketed the MLB? Who are they really pulling in besides the older demographic or only the people that actually play softball or baseball or anything like that? I think that's a great question to ask. In my opinion, are they getting promoted enough? No. I don't who really even has unless they're just depending on commercials. A lot of people are streaming things online that have no ads, that have no commercials. Unless you're just a huge sports fanatic, that's the only way that you're gonna know. What are y'all guys doing to even bring in a new audience? Those who don't love their team or don't have the loyalty to their team or to the sport itself, or who aren't as passionate as you might be. Could it be that there's politics involved? Is it that they're only promoting certain individuals? The most that I've seen besides my boy Judge is Trout, Ohtani, and that dude right there, he's just on another level. I love watching when he pitches and then he hits, and he's hitting homers. He's not just hitting, base hits or this, that, and whatever. It all around great player, and deservedly so. But who else? Who else? It's not like it's in the NFL. I feel like the NFL players are more relatable, more advertised, and they wear helmets. You cannot see their face until after the game or when they're arriving at the stadium or anything like that. Y'all should be able to promote y'all's MLB players like that, no matter where they are in the country, regardless if they have a small following, small town. If great players are on every single team, or else they would have never made it from high school, college, single A, double A, triple A, and then the majors. What type of efforts are y'all doing? There's not a ton of players that are coming strictly from the United States. I know that they've been trying to do outreach programs and trying different little things, but I mean, how far have they come? How far are they getting? What all do they need? That's a great question to ask. I was asking my friend, I was like, well, what do you think? I'm like, why doesn't it appeal to young fans or, younger fans, or, look at my hat, for example. I love hats. I love fitted hats. I love different types of designs. I'm gonna find different designs for my Yankees than anybody could in, let's say, the smaller markets of, maybe Denver, the Colorado Rockies, or the Orioles, places like that, for example. I mean, that's what I love. Like, that's just me. That's just us. But not everybody loves that. Not everybody's passionate about that. Not everybody, you know, wants to, you know, they're on the grind during the week. Why would you have your All-Star game on a Tuesday? Home run derby on a Monday. I mean, it's weird. Like, the draft on a Sunday. Like, come on, like, get with the times. It feels like y'all guys are just so far in the past. You're never gonna get even. You're not gonna get even, much less ahead. You know, maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe they do promote it enough. You know, let me know down in the comments. Do they do enough? Because in my opinion, they don't. They market who they want to market, how they want to market them, and they stick with those guys. That's it. You know, unless you just have some great player that you've been following from, you know, high school to college and all that, then you're not going to know most of these kids. Not like basketball. Like, we know kids from AAU and you know, college and then the pros. Like, they're not having a really great. Yeah, they have a D League for NBA, but 9 times out of 10 they are going. If you're in that first round, you are going straight to the NBA unless you're just not performing. Let's be real. But we know these players coming up. There's so much, like, there's so much footage of these players. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you know, all these highlights that we, like, it's, what's a better highlight? A crazy LeBron dunk or Aaron Gordon, or, you know, slam dunk contest, or a home run derby? There's nothing unique about a home run derby. Let's be real. You're hitting a home run. How many home runs can you hit? But a dunk contest, and look, the NBA All-Star, you know, weekend experience is nothing compared to back in the day. That's lost its luster. The NFL Pro Bowl has lost its luster. Coming to Florida, or what was the other one? I don't remember the last one, but you know, why are you taking it away from Hawaii? You know, like, that is what, like, no one's gonna hit each other. No one's gonna hit anyone. Do that after the Super Bowl. There's flaws in every single major sports that you can think of. But how can you progress? How can you get better? And I think out of all of them, the MLB is the worst right now, because just the marketing, the branding, all that. You guys just let me know what you guys think. You know, do you think that the MLB is going in the right direction, or, like, am I wrong? Are they doing the right things? Do you think that they're doing everything that they can, or am I right? So yeah, just let me know down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on TikTok. We've been posting a lot of videos on there lately. And don't forget to follow us on our Twitter. We'll leave everything down below. So we'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.